Hi, I'm Mallory. I'm one of the teachers at Lauderdale. And today, in the parent session, I want to talk to you about the environment. First of all, make sure that you have a really calm space. A calm mind and a calm space make for a really great practice session. Give your child a 5-minute warning, and then a 2-minute warning that practice is about to start, and then a 1-minute warning. Make sure that you say these warnings in a really, really calm way. No yelling across the flat so that they can hear you. Make sure that you go right up to them and look right into their eye and give them these gentle warnings. After the first 5-minute warning, it's a really good idea to check your lesson notes from the last lesson you had with your teacher. Just organize your mind and make sure that you remember what you're supposed to be working on, what your practice points are, which review pieces you're supposed to do, and see if you can have that all in your head before the next 2-minute warning that you give your child. You can always set a stopwatch or a timer yourself on your phone or your watch or an actual physical kitchen timer, just to kind of give yourself an idea of what that 2 or 5-minute warning and 1-minute warning feels like. Then once you've done that, you and your child go into the calm space that you've created for the practice session. Make sure it's the same space every week. Make sure that the violin is ready to go and you've got the mat. You could also use the 5 and 2-minute warning time while your child's in another space or another room to make sure that the violin is there and that you have the games or materials set out that you need for that day. You've got any sweets or rewards or candies also ready to go and out for the practice session, so that when your child walks in, all of the things that you need for that day are ready to go. Make sure that there aren't any other distractions for your child, such as toys that you don't need for the practice session, or that the telly's on or any screens. And it's the same for you. Make sure that your phone is on silent and that you've set aside a reasonable amount of time, 10, 15, 20 minutes, for you to try a small practice session with your child without those distractions from work or from other children or from spouse, of course, or partners. This is really your time to bond with your child. So really make sure that you're present and that you're there for them. And you put any frustrations or difficulties that you've had earlier in that day to the side. Really acknowledge that if there is any frustration in the practice session or any other feelings like sadness or anger, anything that comes up in the practice session, make sure that you acknowledge them with your child. Like, I can see that you're really frustrated. Why don't we try it a different way? Just reset, put the violin down, have a shake break, play a game, listen to the Suzuki recording, and try again. Just know that not every practice session is going to be perfect. Not every practice session is going to be like your child's lesson with their teacher. You won't be able to do all of the things perfectly every single time with all of the right repetitions. That's okay. That's not your fault, and that's not your child's fault. You'll just do the best that you can for that day. And know that it's different every single day. What games and treats work for your child one day might not work the next day. That's also okay. Don't beat yourself up. Just take note of that and go on from there for the next day and see if you can do something differently the next time. Just know that and remind yourself that this really is time for you to spend with your child, and enjoy that time, because you won't have it any other time. You have it just for this practice session, and that's so glorious and so amazing. I hope you have lots of happy practices, and I'm looking forward to putting up new videos for you to see. See you next time.